Hello guys and welcome to India for round 17 the Race Department GP2 series, and we are going straight into the race today as I didn't really set a competitive qualifying lap. I set a qualifying lap, it was P11, just like last season. I was thinking, oh, maybe I can start on a fresh set of tyres, but no, Gunnar Gamble had other ideas. He got himself a penalty for whatever reason, don't know how, but that put me up to P10, so I had to start on my one set of tyres. But as we see, we're waiting a long time for the lights to come on. I think it took about 30 seconds for the lights to come on. So quite a long time, but as the lights finally get up and the revs are off and we're getting underway now in India and getting off to a pretty shabby start for compared to recent races. The Techno Elite dives down the inside or down in the middle, and I somehow squeeze through the middle and gain a few places up to P7, right behind Shane now, and just trying to be cautious into the first corner as a few guys try and go around the outside. You see LNC off on the inside, outside even, and Shane just gets squeezed out in between me and LNC there, so I'm up to P5, but Shane's coming back with a lot of KERS use, clearly. And CTO just in front, he's slowing down a lot. I think he was waiting for LNC because he put LNC into the gravel, so that's me up to P4 as Shane tries to go around the outside. Boldy's off on the outside of turn 4, and that's me up to P3 now, so it's looking all good for me at the moment.
And just like last season, I'm up to P3 already.
So yeah, funnily enough, last season I started outside the top 10 and was quickly up to P3. But now closing down Rob Noxious on lap 2, start lap 3, and I'm gonna... no, I don't get KERS, DRS even. But you see I go purple, but Shane right behind me also goes purple, and he gets the quickest lap just by a few hundredths there, but only lap 3, so it doesn't really make a difference at the moment. But we see Powers are up in the lead now. Rob Noxious definitely in my DRS zone there, so flicking it up to Rich, trying to get the max power I can get. Opening the DRS, Rob Noxious hasn't got DRS and Powers are up, so that's giving me much more of an advantage as we run down to turn 4, and I'm cleanly passed already now, so it's just a matter of braking in time and not going straight on, and that I do, and solidly gain P2. So on to lap 4 now. We see that LNC is just behind me as we come to this long right-hander, and this is the corner where I lose so much time so often. As you see, LNC closed right up, and it was the same story last season. I struggled at that corner a lot, but LNC is just stuck in behind. He should get DRS if he holds it there for now, and it would probably be a pretty easy pass down the back straight if he doesn't make it on the first straight. So just trying to hold him off as long as I can at the moment. LNC was on the option tyres, so it didn't make too much of a difference if he got through, because I knew that I'd stay out longer than him. But you see LNC goes round the outside, makes the move stick, and I'd have a little look down the inside. He gives me room, so good clean racing there by LNC, and this means I will get the DRS for the long straight. So this is a matter of if I can get back past as LNC runs wide into the gravel, and now Rob Noxious is right behind us trying to capitalise. I'm using a bit of KERS to get away, and I'll have the DRS. Yeah, I get the DRS. Rob Noxious will probably get a DRS on me, so that's going to lose LNC 2 places there, and that's going to drop him back. But will Rob Noxious make a move down your side? Nope, not quite, as I hold it on the track still to keep P2. But on to lap 5 now, and LNC's just behind me again. He's managed to get back past Rob Noxious, and no doubt he'll get DRS on me again as we flick it up to Rich using the rest of our KERS, going a bit defensive as LNC has to go round the outside again, going into the braking zone. Can you make it stick? Yes, he does a better job than last time, as I can't get back at him that time, but I will get DRS again as CTO getting off fastest lap as LNC runs wide. Just kind of slid wide there into the gravel, and that's given me a lot of breathing space. But on to lap 10 now, and Rob Noxious is behind as I'm flicking it up to Rich again just to get the best straight line speed I can, try and defend from the DRS of Rob Noxious, but he's not quite close enough to make the move in turn 1. But you see I have a little lock up and go a bit wide, which will allow Rob Noxious to close up again, and he will no doubt get DRS on the long straight. But all the while, Powser Up is streaking away. You can see on the minimap he's almost at the end of the straight when we're just starting. But Rob Noxious will definitely get DRS. LNC will probably get DRS as well, so it's going to be quite tight. I might lose 2 places here as Rob Noxious goes around the outside, just trying to hold it under brake and kind of keep my position, and I do that as LNC's right behind us now, and it's a 3-way battle for P2. And I managed to hold the position as LNC and Rob Noxious are still fighting, and that was a pretty tense time at that point because a little mistake would have cost me 2 positions. But on to lap 12.
Oh no! Oh, what a shame. I'll have to inherit the lead. Oh, gutted.
So if you haven't guessed what happened yet, Powers Are Up unfortunately disconnected from a 12-second lead, which meant I took the lead.
Damn you!
But as you see on lap 19, myself, Rob Noxious and Shane all pitted for options, and that is a costly second that I got held there. As you see, Tio and LNC are just ran the first corner at the same time as me, having to flick it up to standard instantly. And I think I'll flick it up to Rich going into this corner as well, because I'm pretty sure, yep, because Tio and LNC will both get a DRS, but Tio's already there to make the move pretty much before the DRS zone, so I got no chance in a defending there, unless he's got a very low 7th gear, which I doubt somehow. So that's a costly second there, as I could have maybe held the lead coming out of the pits, but see, Tio goes a bit wide to try the undercut, can't quite manage it, and using a bit of curves, having to back off a little bit there just in case I hit him and then spun myself. But on to the end of lap 19 now, you've got LNC right behind me, but I'm in the DRS zone of Tio as well. I see Tio goes defensive straight away, but I'm not quite close enough to make the moves into the first corner, and I just hold back so I can get the DRS for the second, for the first straight in the second DRS zone. But see, LNC dives down the inside, taking a bit of contact with Theo, and now I'm stuck, and this is kind of making me reminisce about a career with LNC when we both had contact going down the long straight when I had DRS. But LNC is also going to have the DRS, and this is surely going to end in tears. LNC goes down the outside, Tio hits him a little bit of contact, and they both run a bit wide, and I've got the cutback using a bit of curves to try and get past, and coming up to turn 5 now. Going round the outside, can I make a move? Yes, I can! A bit of rubbing with Theo, which puts him a bit off track a little bit. But I've made the move stick, and that was an outstanding move. And I've held the lead up to lap 24 now as we come through the fast chicane. And I get out of shape, and I've lost at least 2 seconds to my, or about 1.5 seconds maybe, from my lead, as Rob Noxious is now right up my backside. And he's going to no doubt get DRS if he keeps it on the track. But into that corner, the fast right left, especially in cockpit view, it's done pretty much blind. You have to kind of guess where the second apex is, and then the back end just came out. But as we come into the DRS zone now, using the rest of my curves, Rob Noxious will no doubt have DRS, and he's probably gonna he's not close enough to make a move into turn 1. So I've managed to stick it with P1 there, but he's no doubt going to get DRS again, as he's right behind me now. I was thinking he might make a move into that corner, just like LNC did, but he didn't, and he's still right behind me, as he feints to go right there, but he doesn't. He comes back into my slipstream, so I decide to go right, and now he's going to have to go round the outside using the DRS. Not quite past me, now he's past me, but he's going to have to brake a bit earlier because of the DRS. I try to make the move down the inside to regain first place, but I can't quite, using a bit of curves now. Rob Noxious has got round the outside, he's probably used the rest of his curves as well, and that's me back into P2 now, and I'm just going to try and hold on to the back of him to so I can try and get DRS on the straight again. Let's see how blind that second part of the chicane is, kind of guessing as we come round my bogey corner of the track, as I lose so much time here, and I actually somehow managed to hit the gravel, and that loses me 1.3 seconds, which turns out to be 2 seconds by the end of the lap. But on to lap 30 now, the last lap I'm about 1.3 seconds behind. Annoyingly, I did keep making little mistakes that cost me a few tenths, and I wasn't quite close enough to be able to make a move on Rob. But Rob wins the race, and well deserved, and it was a really fun race actually. So there's the results for you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week in Abu Dhabi.